enshrouding it, and dragging it into the endless abyss. My quest continues. To stop the encroaching darkness. I have passed through the portal's maelstrom, longing to once again find Gaia's splendor, that I might unearth the heart of her magical essence. Yet darkness follows, succumbing the world into corruption. Alas, what I beheld was not but dread, and the passing of the living, the plague spreads. Gonerith's shard was shrouded in death, yet the voices of the ancient faiths called out to me, compelling me forth, empowering us, the light, to defeat the dark.
Okay. Well, what you guys just saw there was the cinematic opening for this game called Dark and Light. I have recently gotten back into this game after a year. A lot has changed, and I'm really excited to get playing and recording this for you guys, because I believe this game deserves a lot more attention than it actually does have. It had a lot of attention when they first advertised it, back when ARK was getting really popular as it was nearing its full update release. And I like this more than ARK because I am a big lover in the fantasy style games, and this is the perfect mix, I think, between Elder Scrolls Online and ARK. This game uses ARK's kind of software for almost everything in terms of harvesting, play style. It just adds kind of that Elder Scrolls style magic to it, which I think is awesome. And I have a character here. I don't know if I can reset the guy to play from the beginning. But the beginning, I mean, can take a while to level up. I will probably just start from where I am currently. I'm not too far ahead into the game, and I can catch you guys up pretty quickly. When I play these games in single player, you can see I have Harvest Amount up to 2.5, Taming Speed up to 4, and Experience 2.5. It's just nicer in single player if things don't take forever. You have to sit by your computer for a long time while things tame, or you have to do an extreme amount of harvesting and crafting to level up. So those are just my preferences. I try not to go overboard with the harvest amounts because I like to keep it fairly okay. Yeah, I don't like to, I guess, I wouldn't call it cheating, but the option's there, I might as well take it. And so this is the loading screen. Happens every time you try to load the game. Takes a little bit to load the open world map. And the graphics in this game have come a long way since when I first started playing it. And the crafting system, the magic system, and the quest lines have all changed as well, which I actually like right now. I don't know if they're going to change in the future, but... And also, it says this game was released in 2016. Was their first release for the early access. So it's been 3 years. So it's definitely had some time to grow. But they haven't really done much advertising for it recently since the first early access. I haven't really seen anything anyway. I have looked at the frequently asked questions, and of course the most common one is this going to console? And they said until they fully release it on PC, they won't even start thinking about putting into console, like PS4 and Xbox One, or maybe even PS5 eventually when this thing releases. So, as unfortunate as that is, I think that's an okay move. I don't think the game costs too much. I might have got it at a deal. I think I only paid $20 for the game. Probably caught it on sale when it was really early access. So, you always get that loud awakening into the world here. Okay, so bunch of creatures. We'll just sit in here and wait for the graphics to load. It takes a little bit for the whole world to render. Kind of like how Minecraft takes its time loading in chunks. Okay, so I guess first thing for explaining would be character customization and creation is very much like Ark. You have all the control in the world to create your character however you want. There isn't much between race. You got pointy ears or you got human ears, and that's basically the defining factor whether it's an elf or a human. There are dwarves in this game and a whole bunch of other races, but human and elf is basically what you play as, even though it isn't stated. You're either just male or female and create it however you want. This game has amazing, I think, multiplayer aspects of the game. When you have a group of people, you call yourself a house guild, and there are things you can put in your base that, as long as it counts as a house, it will protect it from attacks from other players unless they have declared war on your thing and you have accepted that war. So I think that's great for PvP. Your base can't be trashed unless you want it to be, really. So, but on a single player, I mean, you don't really need to worry about that. The house seal doesn't protect it against creatures that come and try to attack you or your base. Just other players. And let's pop for the base is I for inventory. So leveling up is a lot like Ark if you've played the game. You have a experience bar. It goes up when you harvest stuff and you kill things and do tasks and craft things. And then when you level up, you get 2 points. 1 for your combat stats and 1 for your survival stats. I recommend always going for health probably until 200. You go up by 10 per thing, unless you've changed it in the settings. And then after that, I'd start splitting between mana and health. And then for this, I'd recommend stamina and weight mostly, and maybe a little bit of focus. So the focus was a little hard for me to understand at the beginning. This is basically your awakeness. So sleep is an actual mechanic in this game. If you don't get your sleep, you actually just pass out and fall asleep unconscious until your focus regenerates, which it does it pretty quick, and it doesn't pass the time into the day like Minecraft does. It's just because that would make PvP servers really confusing. You can have 100 people and only need one person to just pass the day. So I understand. The other thing is mana. So you have things like this, the staff. Those are the requirements for most of your combat spells, really. And you'll see them as armor. That'll let you know that it's for the staff. You have a specific, no matter what staff is in your inventory, they'll go off of this staff head section right here, which is important to know. And then the offhand has, you can get magical offhand stuff or physical, which are shields. I prefer the magical one. This basically slows enemies down, but only has 10 uses before you have to repair it. So it's a give and take. It's more powerful than the shield, but requires more upkeep. But I prefer it. So you equip it, and then I'll show you a little bit of combat. Be prepared to die in this game. this game is brutal on your lives. You have infinite, but the game creators know this, and they have one safety net for you. Your items in your inventory right here, except for your spells and your money, is what you lose. Everything on your belt and on your armor over here. If you hear that growl, I have no idea what it means. I think I got attacked by a werewolf and maybe something happened to me. But I hear that growl nonstop at night, and I have no idea what it is. Anyway. So yeah, the safety net of when you die, because they know you're going to die a lot, you keep everything spell-wise and on your belt and armor slots, which is awesome. Because honestly, it does not take too long to harvest stuff. If you go out, don't bring anything physical, carryable, that's valuable. But if it is valuable and you need to have it, put it in your belt or your secondary belt for later use. Because if you die, you will lose it. I mean, unless you die really close to your base. Your body has a very generous 15-minute cooldown before it rots away and all your items are lost. Also, another thing, in Ark, if you have a bed, you can spawn by it. But in this game, if you die, you resurrect at one of the 3 cities. And only the one you choose at the start of your character creation. So I recommend building your first base near there. And you don't get this thing, the Resurrection Altar, until you're level 18 or 17, I believe. And this is the only way you can choose to respawn at your house. And unlike Ark, this doesn't have a cooldown. You can respawn here if you die the next minute. But it does cost a lot, and it does take a while to get to. So, warning on that part, I guess. So, if we go out... No, let's stay in here. What time of day is it? 1. It starts to get light at around 3. So, we'll wait till then before we head out of the house. During the dark, it's so hard to see. You have a light spell that only lights up your immediate vicinity. You can't see really far in the day. Nighttime, it's a pain. But I guess it's realistic. I have no idea if you get a spell that lets you see during the dark later on. That could be way down the line. But let's go in, before we go into knowledge, let's go into tasks. So these are the things you focus on, especially during the early stages of the game. These unlock things for you. These level you up. They're basically the storyline of the game, even though there really isn't a storyline. So you get a quest from the housekeeper, which is basically your guide. I have no idea if she's actually called the housekeeper, but she is your basics for the start of the game. She'll go through all the way up to building your house, I believe. Is when you get that unlocked at the end of that. For at least straw. There's a couple stages, kind of like Ark. Past straw, wood, stone, and then more magical types of buildings. And then we get into the heroes quest lines. There are 4 heroes in the game. Pan, the satyr. Saurian, the lizard man, I think. Saurianian. It's weird. I'll show you later. Or maybe I can show you here. He might be here. I don't know if I can see his stuff right now. This is what he is. It doesn't say. Yeah, it doesn't say. But that's what he is. And then there's the Gorgon. Apparently she's Gorgon Queen. And the Necromancer. They all have 4 very specific playstyles and roles. I recommend unlocking at least the first or second level in each of their quest lines. But the satyr is the hunter, the gatherer. The Saurenian, is the warrior and miner. The Gorgon is the ranger and alchemist. The necromancer is the mage and conjurer. And I love necromancy in pretty much every aspect of fantasy games and all that, and conjuring and stuff. That is my playstyle, so I always go for that first. I haven't even gotten there yet. It takes a long time before you even get to these stages. Now, I have no idea. I've actually been looking for this kill overseer. I know what an overseer is. I have no idea where they are on this map. And it is frustrating because I have died a few times looking for this thing because I go way out there. I even saw a dragon, which I had never seen before. And let me tell you, they are huge and terrifying. It wasn't moving. It looked like it had a nest maybe, but it was definitely active. And the creatures around there were dangerous, and I couldn't escape, and I died. Namely, a griffin killed me, and they're faster than you are, so just be warned. Again, this game likes to kill you. So if we pop over to knowledge finally, it looks like it's just becoming day. So we'll get through this as quick as possible. So this is your unlockables tabs. This shows you what you're going to get at the next level, what it's going to take to get there. So your first tab is battle, and even though it says battle, it's only magic, really. It's only magical stuff. So light is the first thing you get, this Rune of Light. It is basically an immediate unlock as soon as you start the tasks. It's really easy to make. It requires 3 magic shards, which if you go through the first quest, you'll understand how to get. It's fairly simple. You'll probably see me do it later. And then the second level actually takes a lot more. It takes a while to unlock. Oh, I hear something in the distance. I think the treant finally made its way over here. There are passive creatures and aggressive creatures, and thankfully the treant is passive. Let's actually go check, because I don't want something very aggressive by my house. What the heck? I heard some very loud footsteps. What the heck? I doubt it was the wyvern. Yeah, I think the treant just like walked over here and despawned. I am so glad these wyverns don't have a high aggro radius. I don't even know if they do have an aggro radius. I don't feel like trying to find out, because that thing, if it aggroes on me, will start aggroing on my base, and I feel like they're pretty hard to hit when they're flying around. Sheep we'll have to tame. Okay, so that's actually the treant. So I don't know what's stomping around my base, but that's a treant. Just a walking, living tree. They are tanks. They murder anything that tries to fight them, really. It's hilarious. If you played Ark, I probably shouldn't be saying it, but they are basically exact copies of the Code of Triceratops in Ark over to this game. And they're called Longhorns. You'll see these hills bend and twist as they come into loading and unloading. So there's actually a griffin over there, thankfully staying over there, because they are aggressive. Surprisingly, they're more aggressive than actual wyverns here, which I didn't think. I was hoping they'd be friendly, but they're pretty deadly. Also, you'll notice when you're playing the game that meteors drop from the sky. They are basically chest drops. You can get things in there that are usually hard to obtain, but they are leveled based. There are high level drops and low level drops. If we go back to crafting here, our knowledge. Oops, looks like I cast something. Not sure what I cast, but it looks like it didn't happen. Okay. Anyways, knowledge. So after magic, we have the physical stuff. Your survival craftables. This is where you get the resurrection altar. And your forge, bed, crafting, smithy, extra, just physical utility stuff. I don't think anything goes past rank 8. Rank 8's the highest for all of them. Your armor, and then you have mage armor, which helps you protect against magic spells. And I think magic creatures, like overseers for one. Then your cooking, all that, farming, taming, and riding, you don't even get till... so yeah, I can't unlock riding unless I have taming. In taming, I need ranged rank 2, which I only have range 1. Which I could go fix, but maybe not in this episode. If I just craft a bunch of spears, I think I'd level it up pretty quickly. This arrow right here is how you tame things, and I will show you probably in the next episode if I get that far, and unlocking it between episodes. Treasure, I'm not sure what this is. How to get this knowledge? Get the DLC. I haven't seen any DLC yet, so maybe if I look harder, I'll find some DLC. Then forging, this is for very special materials. Like even when you get here, there's like the 350 of that, and I don't know what that is. So this is like, yeah, player level, you have to be 45. I've been playing this game at 2.5 XP multiplier for probably 6 hours to get to level 19. It takes a while to level up. So yeah, that's basically all the basics. I'll show you the monster list quickly. They say there's over 100 creatures. I haven't counted all these, but it's ridiculous. And some of them have specific spawning requirements. Some of them are only in specific areas of the map. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like this thing, this May, is a Hydra, and it is massive. The Celestial Dragon, basically a Japanese-style dragon that flies, with a long tail and 4 legs, no wings. Monarch Crab only comes out of the water, but is as big as, like, probably this Hydra. I haven't actually seen it, but I know for a fact that I'm pretty sure this is a ship. I think you can make ships in this game. But yeah, like some of these are ridiculous models, and I'm excited to find them and record them and show you guys, even if I die. So yeah, if I find an overseer, they look like this. Giant eyeball with floaty tentacles. Not much bigger than you are. Okay. Well, we have a little bit of a problem. This thing is going to probably kill me. These wraiths are ridiculous. It summoned the skeleton, and the skeleton is taking me clean. Look, this is a fast skeleton. Food is pretty important in this game. Looks like he got free. He might be going to attack my base. If you are hungry and low on health, eating will heal you. Oh shit, here it comes. Oh man, this guy's fast. Ooh, how much health do you have? Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to respawn right beside the guy too. Okay, take 2. You know, actually it might be a saving grace that he is right here. So you see I have my tool belt and everything. I don't know if I managed to kill the skeleton or not. Well, while he's distracted, I'm just going to take all. What's my fireball spell look like right now? Oh, that's pretty low. I think I can use my ice spell. I do want to kill him though. When you kill them, you add them to your bestiary. Looks like he's fighting a wyvern right now. Man, those guys are deadly. I didn't know they could... Oh, there's a skeleton. I didn't know they could throw their scythe. That surprised me. Okay, I should be able to kill him with a few more fireballs. The damage over time is really nice. You just gotta sit, hit. Hopefully they don't run faster than you and kill you, but it can happen. Just drink. Wraith guy is far in the distance. I don't know if that Wraith is the same one that found me a long time ago, but I've died to Wraith over here before. I haven't seen him since. Well, I'm gonna harvest this guy. You can pretty much harvest any dead body. They'll give you resources exactly like you expect. Bones from skeletons, flesh, hide, and fur from other creatures. Didn't expect a nice chunk though. Maybe because he's magical. There's a lot of bones. Oh, he's got an inventory. Oh my goodness. Now that's some spicy sauce. 2, 3. Regular cooked steaks give about 20 exactly. So, you know your hunger's usually around 100 to fill up. So, that's just what you can use for estimates. Man, I think this is, yeah, a hyena that the guy killed. I don't know where he is. That's scary. I will need sleep. When you respawn from death, you start with half of your focus, which needs to be... Did they kill the guy? This wyvern's still alive. If so, I want to know where. These wolves are actually terrifying. They... Okay, that's a hyena. Hyenas aren't so bad. They're a little slower than you, and even though they're really high level and can pack a punch, they don't have too much health to worry about. Yeah. Just deal with this guy. I would like to find the dead body of that wraith, if it is dead. Hopefully it doesn't just surprise kill me. If I just run a second, I should die from fire. Yep, there it goes. Nothing on him. Let's just get stuff out of him. Don't you dare walk in my axe. Doesn't really look like they have an aggro radius. Lesson learned. You're healing. Are you turning around? Okay, I'll just go. I'll show you the level up system in just a sec. But I'm pretty sure after that you can kind of see how combat works. Oh, there's the Wraith. Okay, he went on a detour. I should be okay fighting him. This cobweb thing works really nicely. Oh my goodness, you murdered him. Ow. I wonder what the range is on that thing. Really far. Oh, okay. This is gonna be painful. Hopefully I can stall long enough for him to get outside of the aggro radius. Which I will find out if I get murdered inside my house. Because I need sleep and I don't want to fall unconscious in front of him. Man, okay, I didn't... Those guys were tough. I was hoping... Oh my goodness, he's here. Stay. If you're gonna kill me here so I can keep fighting you. I'm gonna level up my mana and wait. Okay, looks like he got distracted by some wyverns again. Shoot. Oh, I am out of cobwebs. Rip me. Oh, that griffin's over there too. Oh, that's terrifying. Yikes. You are huge. Well. What do I need to repair you? Some meat. And let's get out before this guy murders my base, I guess. Will he follow me? Or will he be distracted by the base? Okay, so that's... Fight of the century, am I right? Okay, well then. Let's put you there. Let's go to sleep. Maybe he has a timer of when he's allowed to be out. How long he's allowed to be spawned. Let's get some more water. Well, that was confusing, and... Well, honestly, I'm probably thankful that I didn't have to fight him forever. I see a little blue floating thing over there. Curious what that is. So basically with this drain magic spell that you unlock pretty quickly in the quest line, this is how you harvest magic shards. Focus on rocks, creatures, corpses, or trees, and they should give you magic shards. In addition to some of the regular harvests. Now I'm curious what this blue floaty thing is. If you get to a certain distance... Okay, water elemental. I was thinking... Didn't want to be too sure. Are you aggressive? No. So she's the height of a normal human. Just in case you didn't know, I made my character absolutely ridiculously tall. She'd be the height of a normal 6-foot person, I'd say. That's just for comparison of what I am. Now the light elemental over here, on the other hand, is huge. She is my height. Really. All the elementals, I believe, and sprites are female. Nice physics. Looks like there's another light elemental over there. There's certain drops you can get from them, but fair warning, they are very strong creatures. No matter what their level is, I think she's only level 8, but she's murdered like level 44 panthers that I've brought over here. Same with that treant, really. I think he's level 44, though. I think these longhorns actually dealt with the griffin, so that's neat to know. Repair my pick. I should probably start cooking some more food. I'm getting a little low on steak collection. Got a lot of charcoal in there, which is good. Highly recommend getting as much charcoal as you can. In Ark you use it for gunpowder. In here you use it for like cement and some fire spells, I think. That's why I'm so heavy, right? I picked up all that copper. It's one of the ingredients to repair your cobwebs. I think I have enough magic shards now. Put that in the mortar and pestle. Bones too. Put the quartz powder back in here. Split. Store some of that in there. Rune of Gravity. It says it makes the weight of your items less. What it really does is gives you about 30 extra carrying capacity. Just in case you go overweight and you don't want to drop anything, those are there to help you get back home before having to drop anything. Okay, what else should I showcase here? Just for the beginning of the playthrough. I think we're pretty good. Let's see, there's one of the meteors. Perfect timing. Those are what you see, and you can run to those and pick up their drops. That one looks like it's really, really far away. This spell, I think it's Rune of Guidance. It's under Earth Magic. I think it's the first thing you learn under Earth Magic. But it is your map. I love the look of this map. I can't stop. They did such a good job on this. And the Rune of Guidance doesn't work on the other map. I don't think they have a proper model for it yet. So, just a heads up. You also can't use another spell I'll show you, because in the other map it is highly still in development, even though you can play on it. In this map you have the 3 factions that you start at, and a Rune of Recall, I'll show you right here, lets you go back to your original one that you chose. So this also does not work on the other map, which I found out the hard way, because there are no cities to go back to. They haven't developed them, or they're working on different ones for the map. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's basically the map that you just saw of the entire open world. So, hopefully that gives you a good starting point on how to get your first play through started. If you do feel like playing this game, I highly recommend it. I will be continuing this series, hopefully, until I'm at a very serious late game point. I want to start the Necromancer stuff. I want to show you the hero stuff, and we'll get into that all later, of course. First, I have to find this Overseer, and it's been proving more of a pain than I thought it would be. In the other map, there were Overseers in every corner, and they're basically anti-mages, so a little annoying if you do plan on being a mage in the beginning. They drain all of your mana, and you can't cast spells. But you can still cast the Cobweb, because that doesn't cost mana, and then you just hit them with your sword, and hopefully they won't kill you first. So that's how you get that unlocked. We'll see if I find one in between episodes. I might just jump right away into episode 2. We'll see. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed watching this, please hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell if you do. And thank you very much, and see you in the next episode.